Jai Nityananda Bolo. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Picking up where we left off, although Krishna's unparalleled beauty is the topmost sweetness of love of Godhead, his sweetness increases unlimitedly when he is in the company of the gopis. Consequently, Krishna's exchange of love with the gopis is the topmost perfection of love of God. Lord Chaitanya then replied, "This is certainly the limit of perfection, but please be merciful to me and speak more if there is more." So here you see, you've heard me speak several times about how there is perfect, more perfect, most perfect. So here's another example. Lord Chaitanya just said this is the limit of perfection, but perhaps there's more. Ramananda Raya replied, "Until this day, I did not know anyone within this material world who could inquire beyond this perfectional stage of devotional service. Among the loving affairs of the gopis, Srimati Radharani's love for Sri Krishna is topmost. Indeed, the glories of Srimati Radharani are highly esteemed in all revealed scriptures." Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Please speak on. I am very happy to hear you because a river of unprecedented nectar is flowing from your mouth." Ramananda Raya replied, "During the Rasa dance, Sri Krishna did not exchange loving affairs with Srimati Radharani due to the presence of the other gopis. Because of the dependence of the others, the intensity of love between Radha and Krishna was not manifest. Therefore, he stole her away. If Lord Krishna rejected the company of the other gopis for Srimati Radharani, we can understand that Lord Sri Krishna has intense affection for her. Please therefore hear from me about the glories of Srimati Radharani's loving affairs. They are beyond compare within these three worlds. Finding herself treated equally with all the other gopis, Srimati Radharani displayed her tricky behavior and left the circle of the rasa dance. Missing Srimati Radharani's presence, Krishna became very unhappy and began to lament and wandered throughout the forest to search her out. Although Krishna was in the midst of hundreds of thousands of gopis during the rasa dance, he still kept himself in one of his transcendental forms by the side of Srimati Radharani. Lord Krishna is equal to everyone in his general dealings, but due to the conflicting ecstatic love of Srimati Radharani, there were opposing elements. When Radharani left the rasa dance out of anger and resentment, Lord Sri Krishna became very anxious because he could not see her. Lord Krishna's desire in the Rasa Leela circle is perfectly complete, but Srimati Radharani is the binding link in that desire. The Rasa dance does not shine in the heart of Krishna without Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he also gave up the circle of the Rasa dance and went out to search for her. When Krishna went out to search for Srimati Radharani, he wandered here and there, but not finding her, he became afflicted by the arrow of Cupid and began to lament. Since Krishna's loving desires were not satisfied, even in the midst of hundreds of thousands of gopis, and he was thus searching after Srimati Radharani, we can easily imagine how transcendentally qualified she is. After hearing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananda Roy, "That for which I have come to your residence has now become an object of truth in my knowledge. Now I have come to understand the sublime goal of life and the process of achieving it. Nevertheless, I think there is something more ahead, and my mind is desiring to have it. Kindly explain the transcendental features of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Also explain the truth of transcendental mellows and the transcendental form of love of Godhead. Kindly explain all these truths to me. But for yourself, no one can do so." Sri Ramananda Roy replied, "I do not know anything beyond this. I simply vibrate the sound you make me speak. I simply repeat like a parrot whatever instructions you have given me. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Who can understand your dramatic performances? You inspire me within the heart and make me speak with the tongue. I do not know whether I am speaking well or badly." So I have a question. Is Ramananda Roy saying that Lord Chaitanya is the super soul? Is that basically what he's saying? Who has the answer? What would you say? Yes, exactly. Is Lord Chaitanya Krishna? Okay. Who's in the heart? And how many arms does Super Soul have? We're sure of that? Did we learn that recently? All right. So, and the Super Soul is an expansion of who? Which Krishna? The two-handed Krishna. He's an expansion of two-handed Krishna, correct? Technically, he's an expansion of Shirodakshai Vishnu, who's an expansion of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, who's an expansion of Mahavishnu, who's an expansion of Narayan, Sankarshan, back, until you get to which Krishna? Two-handed Krishna. Okay. So here Ramananda Roy is telling Lord Chaitanya, whatever I am speaking is because of you, because you are in my heart, and you are dictating to me what I should say. Let's continue. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "I am a Mayavadi in the renounced order of life, and I do not even know what transcendental loving service to the Lord is." What transcendental emotion is Lord Chaitanya exhibiting here? Yes? Humility. Very good. And just for the record, why did Lord Chaitanya take Mayavad sannyas? Why did he do that? Yes? Yes. What was the problem? And what else? What was going on? Yes, but so? There's more reasons why Lord Chaitanya took sannyas as a Mayavadi. Yes, when Lord Chaitanya was in Navadvip, Who was accepting him? The regular people, the simple people, the devotees. But those in the upper echelons, the Brahmins and the Mayavadis, and they were not surrendering to Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya devised a plan. He said, if I take sannyas, they'll have to, because the social custom was, anyone you saw a sannyasi would offer obeisance. It was the custom. So Lord Chaitanya said, I'll take sannyas, and just by custom, they will offer obeisances, and that, by doing that, they'll become free from offenses. And once somebody is free from offenses, what can they do? Chant, yes. If you aren't free from offenses, you can't chant. That's the key. You have to become free from offenses to Krishna, then you can chant. So they were blaspheming him and criticizing him. So Lord Chaitanya said, I'll trick them. So that's why he took Mayavads. If he had taken Vaishnava sannyas, he wouldn't have gotten any respect. They would, yeah. But because he took Mayavad sannyas, then it's all. Then they took him seriously. And by offering obeisances, they started to become free from offenses. Very good. Thank you. Let's continue. I am a Mayavadi in the renounced order of life, and I do not even know what transcendental loving service to the Lord is. I simply float in an ocean of Mayavad philosophy. Who propounded this Mayavad philosophy? Shankaracharya. Very good. And Shankaracharya is actually who? Yes, Lord Shiva. And I thought Lord Shiva was the greatest Vaishnav. Why is he spouting this Mayavad atheistic philosophy? Yes, but why? Is Lord Shiva acting independently? Is he in Maya? Yeah, so somebody is ordering him to do this. Yes, he's doing it on the order of... Your other answers are correct, but we have to go to the reason. So yes, Lord Krishna ordered him, I want you to do this, and then, yes, to drive out Buddhism and reestablish the authority of the Vedas. Because someone might think, oh, Lord Shiva is in Maya, preaching covered atheism in the name of spiritualism. No, he's not. He's doing what Krishna told him to do. Good. Lord Chaitanya continues. Due to the association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, my mind has been enlightened. Therefore, I have asked Sarvabhauma about the truths of transcendental loving service to Krishna. Sarvabhauma told me, I do not actually know about the topics of Lord Krishna. They are all known only to Ramananda Roy, but he is not present here. After hearing about your glories, I have come to your place, but you are offering me words of praise out of respect for a sannyasi, one in the renounced order of life. And here comes the famous verse. Please repeat. Kiba vipra, kiba nyasi, Sudra kene nai, ye Krishna tattva veta, say Guru hoy. So Prabhupada quoted this verse so many times because it's key. Whether one is a Brahmin, a sannyasi, or a Shudra, regardless of what one is, one can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. Kamlesh, what is the best beginning book to learn the science of Krishna? Rama Paliwal, after Bhagavad Gita, what's the next best book to learn the science of Krishna? Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Vallabh. After Srimad Bhagavatam, what's the best book to learn the science of Krishna? Very good. What's an alternate answer besides, you could have said some other book. Okay, you could have said that. That's good. There's another book, Nectar of Devotion. These 4 books, Science of Krishna. Very good. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, please do not try to cheat me, thinking of me as a learned sannyasi. Please satisfy my mind by just describing the truth of Radha and Krishna. Now, I didn't have, there's only so much time. Ramananda Roy is actually, in some places, he's Arjuna, and in other places, Vishaka. Here, he's more like, yeah, but it's different. Who asks the questions in Bhagavad Gita? Who's asking the questions here? Krishna in the form of, so they switched roles. So Ramananda Roy just said, hey, look, I don't know what I'm saying. And Lord Chaitanya says, that doesn't matter. You know the science of Krishna, you are Guru. Because some people considered Ramananda Roy a Shudra. So the Shudra is instructing the Brahmin sannyasi. This is like very strange. Okay, Sriman Ramananda Roy was a great devotee of the Lord and a lover of God. And although his mind could not be covered by Krishna's illusory energy, and although he could understand the mind of the Lord, which was strong and intense, Ramananda's mind became a little agitated. He said, I am just a dancing puppet, and you pull the strings. Whichever way you make me dance, I will dance. Sounds like somebody wrote something. Okay. Also that prayer, yes? No. The puppet, where does that appear? Prabhupada's poem where? What poem? Yes, Jaladuta. Just before, when he arrived in Boston, he wrote that prayer. So you have made me a puppet, make me dance, make me... So it sounds like this is where Prabhupada got that idea from. Okay? Whichever way you make me dance, I will dance. Because Prabhupada was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita on the boat. That's what he was reading. My dear Lord, my tongue is like a stringed instrument, and you are its player. Who knows Bhagavad Gita? Where else does this idea of an instrument come? Which chapter? No. He sees something. Yes, universal form. He asks, who are you? What the universal form says, I am. And I want you to become my instrument. And what does he want Arjuna to do? Take sannyas? Fight. That was Arjuna's command. That's his devotional service, to fight. We got to keep that in mind. All right. Yeah, it'll fit right there. It'll fit. Ramananda Roy then began to speak on Krishna Tattva. Tattva means truth or science. I will thus briefly explain the original form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I will describe the position of Srimati Radharani. So I didn't put that in because that's a whole class in itself. Basically, he goes through all the qualities of Krishna and Radharani. How many qualities does Krishna have? 6. How many is Radharani? 25. We should know that. We should know that. Huh? What do you mean nobody told you? Do you know how many times I mentioned that over the years? No, we don't remember. Not that nobody told us. No. I don't remember. No. I've done several classes over the... Yeah, that's a different thing. But every Radhastami, they describe, and I've done it several times. That's right. Next, are you going to do a program next month? We should do a monthly program. What do you think? Yes. We should do a monthly program. All right, let's continue. After that, Ramananda Roy then informed Lord Chaitanya that there was another topic known as Prema Vilas Vivarta. You may hear of this from me, but I do not know whether you will be happy with it or not. Saying this, Ramananda Roy began to sing a song he had composed. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of ecstasy of love of God, immediately covered Ramananda Roy's mouth with his own hand. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirmed these verses, saying, "This is the limit of the goal of human life. Only by your mercy have I come to understand it conclusively. The goal of life cannot be achieved unless one practices the process. Now, being merciful upon me, please explain the process by which this goal can be attained." Ramananda Roy replied, "I do not know what I am saying, but you have made me speak what I have spoken, be it good or bad. I am simply repeating that message. Within these three worlds, who is so undisturbed that he can remain steady as you manipulate your different energies? Actually, you are speaking through my mouth, and at the same time you are listening. This is very mysterious. Anyway, kindly hear the explanation by which the goal of life can be attained." Pause there.